MotoGP is finally ready for the first race of 2025. We welcome you to Saturday at the Chang International Circuit. It's time for the Tissot Sprint. It all starts here, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean that most sincerely. Welcome to the 2025 season. You've heard the predictions, you've heard the challenges, you've heard what is and might not happen. You've heard that Marc Marquez has moved, you've heard who's on pole position, and you've heard who's not here. But the question is this: who is going to be world champion in 2025? We'll get our first question and answer to that in the next few moments. Hello everybody, welcome to MotoGP at the Chang International Circuit. 14 laps will be the distance, 13 in total with the extra formation lap going around, so the bike's fueled up. Half the race distance is coming your way and we cannot wait to get started. Let's head down then to the grid with 7 minutes to go until the lights go out, and let's join Susie Perry.
Time. So it's all about yourself at this point, though, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, those two might create a little bit of situation, and sometimes in the races, and we might just see that in a few minutes. You know, when you're brothers like that and you're so close, they're gonna have to race each other at some point. They're gonna have to put some hard moves on each other. Hopefully, they can carry on with that good relationship that they've got. And get through those fights on track. But they will be fighting because Alex Marquez has made massive inroads. You know, he's faster and faster, and definitely a contender for this year. Yeah,
absolutely. And this is the man that we're expecting a big duel with as well. Pecco Bagnaia going from the front rows, put himself in a decent position, and it's all about the two Ducatis, really, isn't it, and what we've seen in terms of pace.
Yeah, he obviously had to work hard to get the Q2 spot, to be on the front row of the grid. Had the woes yesterday with the yellow flag and then been held up by his mate Frankie Morbidelli. But listening to him talk, there's a confidence. Obviously, he understands he might not challenge Mark today. He's going to try and learn from him, follow him as closely as possible, troll through his data tonight, and then bounce back tomorrow. But Pecco's not out of this by any means. He could spring a surprise even in this sprint.
Is there a dark horse in Jack Miller, Ayagura, or Franco Morbidelli who will take sixth place despite getting the penalty? That will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, Morbidelli has been looking really strong as well, and he's been looking strong on race pace as well. We've also got Jack Miller. Jack Miller was the big surprise of that qualifying. He out-qualified Fabio Quartararo on the Yamaha by I think it was about 4/10, super quick, and also Jack starts really well off the line with that Yamaha and said he's very confident.
Not long to go now, but we have got to take a little break. When we come back, it's all action here on TNT Sports 2, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 90 seconds or something like that for our first sprint of the year.
Yeah, always going to be an action-packed sprint races. Myself and Megan Birch will be taking you through it. We're about to get our headphones on and get talking about what's going to be a very entertaining opening race of the year as well. So 12 turns in total here at the Chang International Circuit, 7 to the right and 5 to the left. It was constructed back here in 2014. The first MotoGP race here came a few years later. But the good thing about this Chang International Circuit is that it's fast and flowing, and it seems to benefit as well those coming in for everything else. Megan Birch walks into the side of the commentary box. I'll say good afternoon to her. Good morning, I should say. Good afternoon over there in Thailand. Megan, before you put your mics on, give me a quick prediction. Are we going to have a good race, or are we going to see some crashes?
I hope some crashes because it'll keep me awake.
Yes, it's going to be good as they come into it. We're going up then for the start here of the Tissot Sprint. I'll switch Megan's mic on so she can at least have a conversation with herself.
Do you want me to drag this?
No, I'm fine. I can stand up for the race. Just quickly then, Marc Marquez on pole position. He did everything that we expected him to. Can he win his first race on a proper Ducati?
Probably.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Let's head back over there to Susie Perry as we gear up then for the start of the Tissot Sprint in 2025. And let's go over and see what they've got to say. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag between it because they're saying this update contains flashing images. Let's head back over to the pit lane then and join over.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the first sprint of 2025, the Thai Grand Prix. Here's the scene. It is set there as the grid starts to clear. 21 riders excited to get this season underway. In pole position, Marc Marquez, his brother next to him, and Francesco Bagnaia on the front row. Here's Gav with the rest of the news.
New colours, new contenders, but the same relentless speed. Every second counts, every point matters. The first sprint of the season, moments away now. We're ready to go racing here in Thailand.
Here we go then, 2025, a giant leap into the unknown. Will it be a Ducati Cup? Or, with them now having a 2-year engine freeze, can the other teams catch up? Aprilia not looking too strong after they lose out with not having their new star, Jorge Martin. Primo Pramac changing to Yamaha, seeming to have a good intro. It's all going to work out right here, right now. Let's take a look at the starting grid then. It's Jorge Martin not in contention. So, unfortunately, he's watching from home. We wish him the best of recovery. Marc Marquez takes his total, are you ready for this? 67th MotoGP pole position, his 95th of his career. He's alongside Alex Marquez, and all Marquez front row of the grid with Pecco Bagnaia completing it. Jack Miller's on row 2 alongside Ayagura and Franco Morbidelli. Row 3 sees Pedro Acosta, Ralph Fernandez and Marco Bezzecchi. Row 4, Fabio Quartararo, Johan Mir and Johan Zarco. Row 5, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Brad Binder and Fermin Aldeguer. Row 6, Luca Marini, Miguel Oliveira and Maverick Vinales. Row 7, Alex Rins, Anea Bastianini and Somcat Chantra. And row 8 for Lorenzo Salvadori, who's in replacing the injured Jorge Martin. I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch as well. Lizzie Whitmore will be joining us in a few races' time as she continues her pre-season testing. Also on the team this year, of course, Maddie Patterson and Simon Patterson still going to be around. Plus, a lot more special guests as well from the motorcycle world. Megan, tension rises. Have we ever seen anything like this before?
I don't think so. I mean, we've got some rookies here, so that'll be intriguing. We don't actually have the champion with us.
No.
Which is very unusual, given he chose the perfect time, I say that lightly, to break his hand.
How he broke his hand whilst at home, I have absolutely no idea.
I can only imagine 2 ways. 3, actually. A door, in very Marc Marquez fashion.
Yeah.
Just remember with the shoulder. A weight when he was training.
Yeah.
And it's accidentally falling out of bed and hitting it on something really hard.
That seems to be the logical assumption to come into it. We've got our timing screens in front of us, a nice new one just below air temperature. That's at 38 degrees, ground temperature 57. Next, the run to turn 1, crucial here. Who is going to be in the lead at turn 1?
Bagnaia.
Let's see if you're right.
Also, I think the last one's true. I bet he fell out of bed.
Red flag will be removed from the grid. Come on then. We've waited all winter. A giant leap into the unknown. Stand by for action. And pull the throttle back as we go racing in 2025. It's a good start for Marc Marquez. Bagnaia's going to have the inside line. The two Ducatis lead into turn 1. Alex Marquez drops into 3rd. And look at Ayagura right up there. Agura's fighting hard. Marquez coming down, heading to turn 3. Marquez leads, they come into braking. Ayagura tries to round the outside. Coming in hot is one of the Red Bulls. Can't tell which one from the outside yet because they've got the same livery. Great start for Marquez. He leads. It's Brad Binder who's made his way up to 8th position as well. Fabulous start from him as they race into turn 4. Agura's got Morbidelli on the inside. Morbidelli goes deep. Agura flies through, as does Jack Miller. Oh, fabulous start for Ayagura in MotoGP.
Ayagura is really showing that I may be a champion in Moto 2, but I'm going to be one here.
I will fight back. That's what we've got here. It's in an absolute storming start so far. Marquez leads, Alex Marquez second, Bagnaia third, Ayagura fourth, Miller fifth, Morbidelli sixth, Quartararo seventh, Binder and Acosta 8th and 9th on the factory Red Bull KTM team as well. The Tech 3s of Maverick Vinales and Enea Bastianini further down the field as we come to complete lap 1. It's status quo with your top 4 as Marquez leads Marquez, Bagnaia and Ayagura. Brilliant start from him. He's tried it but didn't work out. Lap 1 complete then. 12 to go here in the Tissot Sprint. Zarco's up 2 places. Ralph Fernandez drops back down to 12th. And Oliveira's dropped back. Not a great start from that Trackhouse.
I see Alex has got past Bagnaia.
Yeah, he's getting there.
He's recovering slowly. I haven't actually seen the new liveries anyone's had, so the front of Alex's bike is a bit daunting, and I don't actually know. I can't remember exactly who's changed which teams, so I am currently going through a process in my mind.
Megan very much learning on the job as they come into it right now.
Easier that way. D'Antonio just went up into 12th from 14th, so he must be pack racing right now with... he really must be because Fernandez just passed him going into 12th. Marini is in 14th. I think Oliveira is in 15th, just behind that little pack.
Having to adjust the timing tower because they changed their graphics, of course, which means it's all new stuff that we have to make our way through here as well here. But what an awesome start. Let's get those messages up to see if anything's happened up here in the comments box. No jump start, says race control. That's a good one. And now we see the 2 Red Bulls. The KTM, of course. KTM a bit of financial trouble, so they have Red Bull KTM. We have to officially refer to them as, whilst the company is in administration. Binder and Acosta batting together with Quartararo.
Okay. It looks like Paco.
Yeah.
With how they're ordering
Acosta,
things.
Yeah.
And just like, that's a bit jarring. Just like, okay, so it's... How do we say this?
Getting used to all the new riders, all the new teams with Pedro Acosta coming in. Marc Marquez leads. Lap time of a 1:29.911. The lap record here for a race is a 1:38.96 already. We are faster by a second to last year's time. Acosta's gone too deep though. He tries to overtake. Brad Binder hasn't worked out. Is Zarco going to have a look on the inside line? Not too sure. It seems like Megan already, with only this being a sprint race, everybody, first day back at school, they just want to get some laps under the belt.
They really do. And Mark immediately took it away in the first corner, let alone first lap. So I'm really liking Ayagura's his dedication.
Yeah.
Because he seems quite focused. I mean, if you look at him going round the corners, he doesn't seem to be affected by any other rider beside him.
Moto2 world champion last year, of course, claimed it at the Japanese Grand Prix in superb fashion. I should remember that. It's the day I was nearly killed by a tooth infection as well as they come through. But what a race. Do you remember that? You were in the commentary box for us as they come into it. A little bit on the inside now. Acosta trying to have a little look on the inside of Brad Binder, the 2 Red Bull KTMs into the last corner, turn 12. And Binder's gone wide. Acosta's got the cut back. That's what we like to see. These 2 racing side by side with each other. They do not want to touch. Red Bull's got no problems at the moment, especially KTM.
That's what we need, is them fighting each other again.
Yeah, just like bang, out you go, kick the door in. Chantra's dropped down to 21st position, by the way. Not a great start from him at his home event.
Yeah. At the start of the race, I think he did get quite ganged up on. Though, so he went back quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Binder nearly dropped it! Binder, mid-corner, has to put the stopper on and get his leg back up. He dropped it so hard. This is going to give a cost to the runner on the inside line to turn
And
4.
it does.
And he's got it. Binder knows he can't defend that one. He nearly dropped it himself. Now, what tyre is Binder on the front there? It's a hard front, soft rear. It's exactly the same as most of the field. Only a couple have gone for soft front, soft rear.
Including Igura.
Yeah, so who's gone soft front, soft rear? That's
And
Marquez, Alex Marquez, Igura,
Bezecchi.
and D'Antonio and
Yeah.
Marini. They've gone soft front, soft rear.
So 2 of the rookies.
Well, may as well. It's a sprint, really.
Seems to be doing them well.
One thing you've got to remember here as well is that Ducati have decided to keep the 2024 engine.
Oh,
but
Marquez
have,
as well.
Yeah. Now, this is something. Do you remember Martin said, "Oh, I don't want to be on the 24 bike again. If I'm not going to be on the main Ducati team, I'm leaving." That's why he went to Aprilia.
Is he on 24?
No, he's still on the Aprilia, but the 24 bike is still the best bike. So, Marc Marquez has the 25 aero spec, but has the 24 engine, whereas Alex Marquez has the 24 aero pack and the 24 engine. So they're actually pretty much identical. There's not that much difference between the two.
Mark has gone from a 2023 bike to a 2024 bike
hybrid.
in disguise.
Yeah, it's a hybrid he's got there coming through. So it's a unique style of opportunity. And Jorge Martin, I reckon once he found that out, I think that's how he's done his hand injury, because he punched a wall. He's like,
Probably.
yeah, I could have been on the 24 bike still. Bang! And he's broken his finger.
Actually, he could have done that.
Yeah.
Does
but
he own a cat by any chance? He might have done a Max Verstappen.
I don't know if he does have a cat. We'll keep a look at that.
A dog, then.
Here's the race start, Max. What did you notice was highlighting Bezecchi? You mentioned something with Bezecchi.
Oh, yeah. He seems to have not a jump start, though. What's
False
that
start.
thing with
It jumped.
car jumps in the air? Jolted.
Jolted, that's
the word I'm looking for. His bike jolted. It's because
It's
testing
early.
yesterday.
It's early. This is nearly your second day back in the box. So.
Also, what time is it?
It is 8:09 a.m.
I have been up for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Igura to the back of Bagnaia, so he's going for third place. Come on, can you do it? As we take a look to Franco Morbidelli, who's also in that little battle as well. Over the line. 8 to go here in the Tissot Sprint race. Is it me, or maybe do they need to change that sprint to be a bit of a darker red? It's a bit poppy on our timing monitors.
Yeah, you can't really read the eye.
8 to go, lap 6 of 13. As we take a look now, Igura on the track house with the Gulf livery.
D'Antonio track limits. First for you.
First of the years. Pinch punch, first of the year. As they come through. First of the month as well. So there you go. To come into it. It is the 1st of March, and it's a good day to start the season. Day 1, go. And actually, we start the Grand Prix is day 2 of March, which is not a great day for season launches. Davide Brivio back, who was... usually. Australia 2002, remember Formula 1, Barrichello and Schumacher, whoosh, over the top there. Davide Brivio, who used to be the team principal at Suzuki. Remember, they won that title with Juan Mir and Alex Rins, the constructors and the teams, and then also they won with Juan Mir the title back in 2020. Is it 2020 or 2021? It was one of those years, wasn't it?
I would say one.
Yeah, hang on, I've got it on my notes for 1 Mir. Once I find him on my time.
Might have been 20 actually, because Quartararo.
Need to look for the 36 on my board. It was 2020. Yeah, lovely. Can't remember because Quartararo's great in 21, as you said, yeah. But Davide's back, and he's now team principal at Trackhouse, which is the American team, but also running NASCAR. But they've brought in a special livery for this season with their partner. It's the Gulf livery. So you know, like how we had the McLaren Gulf. The Gulf is famous. Yeah, Trackhouse have Gulf on their car. It's fantastic. The Gulf oil to come into it. Thank you for everyone saying you like the content. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it throughout the season as well as we continue on, as the racing continues. Smoothing it down as we're halfway there already in the sprint race. Marc Marquez leads by 1.2 seconds. He's on course for another sprint race victory. We're on board with Igura, who's getting his track house a little bit caught up in the aero of Pecco Bagnaia, and it's struggling a little bit to get traction.
Can I ask something that's really concerning?
Oh, Miller!
Oh, someone's dropping.
Miller's crashed! Miller's crashed!
he's
No! Jack Attack is still doing Jack Attack things.
First crash of the year.
After such an impressive qualifying to put it fourth on the grid, yellow flag sector 3, and there is Jack Miller, and you can see how much pain it is for the Prima Pramac Yamaha, the fact that it's gone down and it's on fire.
You're not getting back on that bike, Jack. You're not.
Oh, it's in turn 8, isn't it? That's a fast one.
I wonder what ignited it. Probably the friction of the gravel.
Yeah. At least we can tell now when there's a yellow flag out on the track.
Yeah.
I just wish it would go yellow on the timing monitor for us.
And it went in the middle of the thing there. It's doing now.
Yeah.
It's saying the actual sector. Which is a relief, given the last time.
That was Miller dropping down still.
Why does KTM have 4 riders? They've gone up 1 since last year.
They have. Red Bull, KTM now.
Are they struggling that much? They need to double their chances.
Well, this is the interesting thing with KTM, because we've got the Red Bull KTM factory team, and that has in it Pedro Acosta and Brad Binder, who are currently in 6th and 7th. I think Quartararo has just passed, actually, as well on that monitor. Yes, he has. So Quartararo gets up into 6th place again. Acosta drops down to 7th. And then they've got the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 team. And that Tech 3, of course, is back in the day of being what was the Yamaha Tech 3 team. Then it became the Ducati Tech 3 team. Then it became KTM's Tech 3 team. So that has got it with Maverick Vinales and Enea Bastianini. But as Quartararo goes wide and Acosta slips back through for 6th place, but that Tech 3 team has the same bike as the factory team. So it's effectively, as you say, 4 factory bikes but with 2 different teams. But we have to say, Red Bull KTM factory and Red Bull KTM Tech 3. So
yeah, but the thing is, on the timing screen, you can't tell which one's which.
No, you can't. Where is it on the monitor? No, you can't.
Which?
You can hear. But you like the messages open.
They could at least put a bracket like team number 2.
Just remember that Bastianini and Vinales is Tech 3. The only 2, if it helps all, remember the only 2 factory are Acosta and Binder, and then it's easy. Binder and Acosta factory, easy. And speaking of Binder, Quartararo has dropped down to 11th position because he's gone straight on down at turn 10.
Did he just jump?
Yeah, that was... timing screens reset themselves with 5 to go.
Yeah, heard my complaint.
So Quartararo's down to 11th position. The timing tower's frozen. Look at that. The timing tower...
We're going to be stuck on 5 laps to go forever.
Well, hang on a minute. Which is correct? Because on this timing tower here that we've got up in the commentary box, it's showing Fabio Quartararo in 11th position. But on our monitor up here in the commentary box, on the world feed, it's showing that Quartararo's in P7. I'm inclined to believe our monitor, Megan, because it's showing the correct... Hang on a minute. It's swapped back now. Now it's swapped back because Zarco's in 11th.
1,
and Quartararo's in 7th.
3, 4,
I think
5.
Do you know what I think it was? I think he got confused because... look, Fabio Di Giannantonio has now been... I think it put Fabio Di Giannantonio down twice on that monitor, as there is Digi getting overtaken as well by Raul Fernandez on the other track house.
They must have confused the 2 VR46s.
VR46 this year have taken over from Prima Pramac. And there's a little twitch as well from that track house coming through. Prima Pramac this year have gone to Yamaha bikes, which is factory, but the GP25 bikes, you know how Martin last year had one? This year, that's gone to the VR46 team. So they have the up-to-date bikes. Grassini, still on last year's bikes, and look who's doing better. Grassini. Maybe Grassini should have them, not the VR46s, because no disrespect.
Grassini is better.
We got Morbidelli in 5th and Di Giannantonio in 12th.
Yeah, and sure, we have Aldegar in 13th, but this is his first, any type of race in this.
And he's doing
section.
Amazingly well.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around
It's
the bush
early
with that.
days.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the rookies, Shantra gets track limits. I'd get track limits in 19th.
I have no idea. He must be running wide somewhere along the line.
Who's bothering him?
3 laps to go. What?
Bastianini.
Yeah, okay, that explains the Bastianini. I love how we're still trying to get the app open, but oh no, it's working now.
There was a Marquez father. Currently very proud, given both of his sons are leading. Shame he didn't have a toi.
I think there's a sister, isn't there?
I don't know. I'm going to look up.
Let's have a look at the world standings at the moment. Marc Marquez will be on 12 points. Alex Marquez, 9. 7 for Bagnaia, 6 for Ayagura, 5 for Morbidelli, 4 for Acosta, 3 for Quartararo, 2 for Binder, and 1 for Juan Mir. Points go down to 9th now in the amended season, so in the amended stats. We haven't had a Marquez Brothers 1-2 on the podium in MotoGP history. No, we have not. So Sean as well coming in. Nice to see you back, as I thought something flashed up. Hang on a minute. Timing screens with messages went back. Yeah, Chantra track limits warning as well, Megan. That flew up. Marco Bezzecchi is up into 12th position as Fabio Di Giannantonio has dropped down to 18th position. Di Giannantonio, I think he's crashed. No, he's got a problem. There he is. Fabio Di Giannantonio has an issue with his Ducati. He is going slowly, and I wonder if that's going to come into the pit lane. Let's take a look at what happened. This is down into turns 5 and 6 where the long lap penalty loop is. Does he have a... No, he just lifts it up. That's really strange.
A message must have come up. Must have a technical issue.
Yeah. 2 to go. And Marquez brother 1-2. That's how you're going to start the year. They are going to be celebrating like mad. Ayagura is under a second to Bagnaia. Here it is on the monitor. The gap between them is 0.789 of a second. 789? Are you looking to see if they have a sibling?
Yeah, I cannot find.
Well, find his father. Age, family.
Oh, hold on. Famous birthdays. It might say there. Family.
Younger brother and, yeah. So, no. Just a younger brother.
They couldn't have had a third.
Di Giannantonio has come into the pit lane. So, Fabio Di Giannantonio has retired from this Tissot Sprint. Well, I kind of saw that coming, didn't you? I've kind of put the curse of the commentators on it a little bit as well.
Yeah. I mean, it does prove that Rossini's also doing better.
Yeah, into the pits of retired. It's flashed upon our monitors now.
Bye-bye, Digi.
Oh, Mark is kicking the backside out of that Ducati.
And now Morbidelli is thinking all by myself.
Yeah. I must admit, do you know who I think my rider of the sprint is? I think you're going to agree with me here. Ayagura.
Yeah. He's kept up remarkably. He hasn't actually changed position.
No, he is.
At all.
I don't think the top 4 have changed position, have they?
No, they've just been cruising along as happily.
Yeah, where did Miller start? Miller started 4th for the grid.
He was just behind.
Yeah.
Igo got past him, and then he couldn't get past.
Yeah, he got blocked by Bagnaia on the inside line at 1.
He's just like, oh, you think you're getting past? No, I'm a champion here.
Marc Marquez on course to... This is what I said to you last year, everybody. If anybody's expecting, oh, this can be such a close year, welcome to another Marquez domination.
I'd like at least 1 year of Marc Marquez domination again. I will admit that. Because it'll be nice to see him feel he's got really back. It
could be the greatest comeback in modern history, and he could match Valentino Rossi with 9 titles.
Oh, I'd love that for him.
2010 in 125cc, Moto 2 in 2012, MotoGP 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's a 6-time MotoGP champion, 8-time motorcycle world champion across all classes. Could he become a 9-time champion here as well? But into the last 2 corners. If there's one thing you need to say about MotoGP this year, it looks like already it's going to be the Brothers Grimm. Marc Marquez wins the opening race of 2025 and the Tissot Sprint. He rubs the 93, he rubs the Ducati GP25 Hybrid, and he knows he's home. It's Marc Marquez back in the red tonight.
I love how Mark immediately, just before he was crossing the line, he looked back to see that Alex was like just behind him, and he was like, okay, yeah, this is good.
Alex Marquez in second, Pecco Bagnaia third, Ayagura in 4th, Franco Morbidelli 5th, Pedro Acosta 6th, Fabio Quartararo in 7th, Brad Binder 8th, Juan Mir 9th, 10th for Jan Zarco. Didn't expect that to come up quite quickly. Usually, usually
we get at least a little bit of time to process.
That's because this race is now also airing live on Quest as well, so that's probably the difference. Still, 12,000 viewers. 2,500 viewers on this sprint race. Thank you for everybody watching on. Megan, we'll go through the full results and the timings in a second in terms of the point situations. What do you think of the opening race of the year of the sprint?
I thought it was very good. I mean...
This is our 3rd year of the sprint, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, sort of getting used to it now, aren't we? Go on.
Yeah, I think sprints only work in MotoGP because it's a nice opening for the riders so that they actually know where they're going, but they still make mistakes.
Appetizer now. Can anyone catch Mark tomorrow in the race? That's the question.
No. I don't think they will be able to. I think the closest one to him would be Alex. And that is purely by design of them, I think, just deciding, do you know what? Stay close to me this year. We're not on the same team now.
It's going to be a really bizarre season, isn't it? Like, absolutely crazy. Let's go through your full results then here as things stand. It is Marc Marquez who takes victory in the Tissot Sprint with Alex Marquez 2nd. Pecco Bagnaia finishes in 3rd. Ayagoa 4th. Franco Morbidelli 5th. Pedro Acosta 6th. Fabio Quartararo 7th. Brad Binder 8th. And Juan Mir in 9th. That means that the points for the top 9 are as follows. 12, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So Marc Marquez leads the title for the first time in God knows how many years. 10th for Johan Zarco, 11th Ralph Fernandez, 12th Marco Bezzecchi, 13th for Fermin Aldeguer, 14th Maverick Vinales, 15th Luca Marini, 16th Miguel Oliveira, 17th Alex Reynolds, 18th Nea Basciani, 19th Sonkan Chantra, Lorenzo Salvadori is 20th, and retired was Fabio Di Giannantonio and Jack Miller, our only crasher of the event. Megs, before we hand back over to the world feed, you're going to leave the comms box now. What did you make of that race and what are you expecting for tomorrow?
I thought it was a very good race and I thought it very fitting that Miller was the only one to crash it out.
And the brothers hug. And celebrate. And look at that. This is what Marc Marquez does. He loves his Ducati team, but he said it feels like a family at Gresini, and he's celebrating with Gresini as well. It's such a good atmosphere. And there's the only man who's a bit miffed, Pecco Bagnaia.
He's just like, where do I go? I fought both these people.
I think we're now in the Marquez domination era of both brothers.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good year if it's a brothers fight, though.
They're just like, okay, this year, one of us wins. Don't care which.
Ayagoa. A round of applause from Trackhouse and high fives all around. What a race from him. I'm going to be watching him in the Grand Prix tomorrow with beaded eyes. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to come into it. Okay, we'll go down for the interviews. We haven't got Simon Crayfar anymore. He's gone up to be the headmaster. He's in charge of all of the stewarding decisions, replacing Freddie Spencer. Thank God for that, because Freddie Spencer was about as useful as...
Honestly, he's needed.
Yeah. So at least Simon Crayfar's been fair.
Given last year.
Yeah. I mean, we would have seen some penalties coming through with all those track limits. I think it was very fair.
I think that Di Giannantonio probably would have had one for unsafe something.
Right, off back to bed then.
Okay, bye-bye.
And we'll see you later. Let's head back over to the world feeds.
And they're, 12 seconds behind. I know Bez got a bad start, but still he had no pace compared to Ayagoa.
Yeah, amazing from Agura. That's why they signed him, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Jorge Martin could well have done the same thing, lists, buts and maybes. But they felt they had a guarantee by signing Marc Marquez, and he's already starting to repay the faith that Ducati put in him.
Yeah, I'm really, really intrigued to see what happens tomorrow, because there's one thing Francesco Bagnaia is very good at. It's good at analysing the data, seeing what his teammates... How many times last year did we see this, where Bagnaia had nothing for Martin in the sprint race, but woke up on Sunday morning and he'd found 0.2 of a second, and that's all he needs. 0.2 of a second and he'll be in the mix.
It's all very well saying that, and I know he won all those races last year, 11 Grand Prix victories, you know, he was matching the likes of Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi, but it feels like it wouldn't be enough against Marc Marquez to keep doing that. Let's have a hear what he has to say.
Pecco Pecco, congratulations, a podium to start the year, but you were pushed so hard by I throughout that race. Just how tough of a podium was that?
It's great to be on the podium, because considering yesterday and everything during the test, I'm happy. But we have to work, because I still feel the same feeling as last year during the sprint. So a lot of difficulties on entry in the entrance of the corners, but we will work for it. And nothing, just the first race, so it's okay like this. I was pushing, but when I understood it was too risky, I just lit, and third place is always a good result.
Great way to start the year, well done.
Grazie mille.
A rueful Pecco Bagnaia with Jack Appleyard down there. Looking at lap times, Neil, Jorge Martin did a 1:29.5 back in October when we came here. There was a 1:28.29.7 from Marc Marquez on this occasion, in this one. And the sprint time 4 seconds slower.
Yeah.
Says a lot about the track conditions or the track temperatures.
It does. I'm not surprised at that. It's, what is it, probably nearly 10 degrees hotter.
Could be,
than
yeah.
So then it's the track temperature then just gets to that tipping point.
It's the humidity that kills you, doesn't it, when we were here in October? It's the end of the rainy season. Let's hear from Alex Marquez. What a way to start his year for Grassini's lead man. He's second.
Alex, you've been brilliant all weekend so far. A very well-deserved second place. It looks like the only issue is you've come across Mark in top form.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm super happy. Today was this was our maximum target. I mean, everything depends on the start, on the first lap, and especially Mark. He pushed quite hard today. He did a really good start, but also good first lap. So I say, okay, I need to wait here. I need to finish the race. Super happy. Like I said, it was our target before to start the sprint. So happy. Now we need to study a little bit the mark lines and all that, and tomorrow be a little bit more ready, but will be difficult to win here, Mark.
Great job, well done.
Thank you so much.
Realistic, but deserves those smiles. Alex Marquez will try and learn something off his brother. He spent his whole life doing that.
Yeah, most people are trying to learn off Mark, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Ducati showed their faith in him and signed Marc Marquez up to the factory team, and he's delivered in his first race with them. He's with Jack.
Mark, have you had many better Saturdays than this? A first sprint win in the colours of Ducati, a front row next to your brother, and now you get to share a sprint podium with your brother as well.
Yeah, of course, it was a perfect Saturday, sorry. Sunday will be tomorrow. But yeah, the feeling is great with the bike. I go out and I was consistent, and then I saw that the gap was already there, and then I tried to manage. But yeah, happy to start my new journey with the Ducati Lenovo in this way. Tomorrow will be the most important, but already we achieved the first pole and first sprint race victory. So let's see if tomorrow minimum we need to be in the podium, but if we can, we will try to fight for the victory.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
If we can, he says. I think there's a very good chance that he might be able to fight for it, but as we know, we've been in this game long enough, as he knows only too well. Think of 2020, think of the opening race of that season when everything looked in hand, it was in his corner. This sport bites you, as Jorge Martin can testify, back at home and watching Marc Marquez take victory in that opening sprint. This sport is cruel.
Yep, you are so right. We've read enough books over the years. We know that the final, well, we haven't really, but we know the final chapter can change a lot. No, you are so right. There are no guarantees. And when you ride a motorcycle on the limit as much as Marc Marquez does, anything can happen.
It may be a new
And I'm not
thing.
wishing that, I will just add, as you know that. You know, when you say something like that, anything could happen. It's
absolutely, yeah. It's a cruel sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
The two Ducati riders have shown each other a lot of humility, haven't they? A lot of respect over the start of the season. I did a great interview with them back in the mountains at the start of the year, and I was trying to prod the bear, really. They weren't rising to it. They were just laughing everything off. But Bagnaia knows he's in for a season of graft, isn't he?
Oh, he's in for a season of graft. But Bagnaia's up for it. And he's won the World Championship twice, finished second in it twice in the last 4 years. He's no slouch. He's not going to just lie down. He's not going to roll over. He's a smart man. He's a thinking rider. He's now going to try and figure out that puzzle to come back stronger tomorrow. He needs 2/10. He can do that.
He takes the bronze medal as Alex Marquez collects the silver on the podium in front of the fans here in Thailand. Really good crowd in that grandstand. It echoes off the top there. They make a right old racket as the FIM president, Mr. Jorge Viegas, is going to hand over the trophy to Marc Marquez, who wins the opener for the first time since 2014, leads the championship for the first time since 2019. Is he going to enter the history books this year by clinching another title in MotoGP? 43 races still to come, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about it. The script is not written yet, but it's got an exciting opening as Marc Marquez celebrates with the champagne.
What an opener to 2025. We'll be back. Moto3 and Moto2 will air live on JB Motorsports 2. You can join us tomorrow at the same time as today's sprint race for the opening Grand Prix of the year. But it's Marc Marquez on top of the world in the Tissot Sprint. Will it be a back-to-back with the Grand Prix tomorrow? Join us live on JB Motorsports to find out. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.